Hey guys, and welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I am Leslie, and I hope you are doing something that fulfills you and gives you a little sense of accomplishment. That's what we're going to talk about today on the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Well guys, I did something this weekend that I was just so proud of myself for, and I don't know why, because it's not really that big of a deal. But I broke up the ground where our garden's going to be. I've never done that before. Bryant always does that. And he had several other things that needed to get done here on the farm. And so he got everything ready, told me what to do, and I did it at 2 different places. And I was so proud and I felt so accomplished. So let me show you a little bit of me tearing up the garden spots or tilling up the ground. They still have a long ways to go. We're going to come back in with a tillage tool and break it up finer. But I was just doing the initial breaking up of the ground, plowing up of the ground, hoping the grass will die and so forth. So we'll come back and do more later. But let me show you that, and then we'll come back. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about why this year's garden is so very important to me. But hang on, let me show you me tearing up the garden spot.
All right, here it is. Miss Leslie is getting ready for her garden. What she's using right now is like a little 5-point shank tillage tool. She's on a little small, about a 30 horsepower John Deere tractor, a little 850, and she's getting the garden ready. Right now, things are going well. That's a little hay barn we got right there. That's Trevor. Put a little chicken litter on the garden, getting it ready to produce some stuff, so you can watch some canning videos that I know Miss Leslie's going to be doing about June and July, as soon as the garden starts to come in. That's the chicken spreader truck. We're in the middle of cleaning the chicken houses out right now and cleaning up. So we're spreading some litter and just getting everything ready. So I know that the yard looks kind of messy. That's a little hay barn. Once again, we built back in the spring. And this is just the farm life. There's a little brick ranch house we live in and stuff like that. So here she goes again, making another pass. She's a little apprehensive about being very aggressive with this tillage tool, but she's doing a real good job. If you've ever seen the movie Summer Stock, you'll know that she kind of looks like that little movie there. So you guys hang tight, we'll show you what the finished product looks like in a little bit. All right, Miss Green Acres has been at it now for about 20 minutes. I mean, she is setting a land speed record because she's in low gear, 2nd gear, and Miss Leslie gets a little apprehensive when it comes to speed and heavy equipment and stuff like that. So her nickname's Turtle, not because the tractor's green, but because she likes doing things slow. But as you can see, she's done an excellent job. This is stage 1. We take this little tillage tool and go through the garden just to kind of loosen the soil and some of the organic matter. When I say organic matter, I mean leaves, grass clippings, and things like that. Organic matter is pretty important to a garden. That's where it gets some of the nutrients and stuff like that. So you can see she's going through this little tillage tool and just breaking up some of the soil and letting it air out and things like that. Now, what we'll do next is I'll take a rotary tiller that goes on the back of the tractor. In a couple of weeks, I'll take a rotary tiller and come through and rototill all this up now to get everything looking good. Those are the 2 raised plant beds over there she's going to be working on later today, getting all of it weeded out and things like that. So this is what it's looking like. It is looking good. It is, I think, February the 7th or 8th today, and she's trying to get everything ready for some of the early seasonal things like onions and potatoes and things like that. So that's where we're at right now, and she's making a lot of good progress on the little John Deere going to town. So that's Judy Garland right there in the little show I told you about a while ago, going to town. So we will update you when she moves to the next garden spot. and let you know how she's doing then.
Okay, we're at another piece of property, and this is where I'm going to plant my corn and potatoes. And so I've got to tear this little garden spot up now. Okay, there it is, all tilled up or ground up or plowed up. So Bryant will come out here with the tiller. That's 2 gardens I have plowed up today. I'm so proud of myself. Isn't that awesome? I was so proud of myself. And Bryant was giving the nice little commentary in the background. But yeah, this year's garden is so very special to me. And I wanted to share a little bit about that. I've always enjoyed having a garden, and I've always enjoyed canning and all that good stuff. But it's not been like a drive for me like it is this year. And those of you that's been watching my channel know about my sickness back in March. It's almost been a year. But those of you that haven't watched all the videos, back in March, I had an artery dissect and almost died. And I am doing great as far as that goes. I go back to the doctor, and I'm still on my medications. I'm still on blood thinners and still on several different medications for it. I go back to the doctor in March, and we'll see where things stand, and I'll be sure to give you all an update. However, after that, I have not felt, I haven't gotten back to my old self yet. I feel like after that, I aged 20 years as far as my health goes. And I have not felt good at all. And I have oftentimes become discouraged with it. And I have a lot of, I don't know how to describe, but lots of little health issues that have popped up that may or may not be related. We don't know. My family doctor tends to think it's all related, but we don't know. And so I don't know if it just kind of took its toll, and I just hadn't got back to my old self yet. But I can oftentimes find myself feeling discouraged, like, am I going to have to deal with this all forever? And then some of it, let me tell you, it may just be that awful 3-letter word, AGE. Yeah, it may be that. And it may be just something I'm going to have to suck up and deal with. So, but I was kind of sinking into I'm not ever going to be able to do anything. I can't get up off the ground. I can't do this. I can't do that. And so I finally, like, pulled my boots on and said, Leslie, quit this. You got to have something that motivates you. And anyway, I just need this garden as a sense of, well, just to make me feel better. It just seems to be something that is bringing me joy thinking about and planning and working in. And today's raining, and it got cold again, and I'm so ready for the warm weather to come back and the rain to go away so I can get outside and do some of this stuff. But there's such a drive in me for this garden. And then on after the garden to preserve the vegetables and to that gives me that sense of accomplishment to let me know I'm not a washed up has-been. And I know that may not make any sense to any of you guys, but when you've dealt with some health issues for a while, and let me tell you this too, I have never had health issues. Never. I mean, just minor things have I ever had to deal with. And so I've been a healthy person all my life. And then to experience this, and it makes me feel so bad for my mom, because my mom had rheumatoid arthritis all of her life. I mean, crippling. She was crippled. Her fingers, you could not see all of her fingers. But she had them all, but you couldn't see them because they were so knotted up. And Same with her feet. And she was in pain every day of her life, and she could run circles around me. So I think of that, and anyway, this garden has given me a sense of purpose. I feel completely and utterly fulfilled in ministry. Completely and utterly fulfilled. Ministry, God is moving miraculously in our church, and He's just doing a miraculous thing in our community. I mean, I feel 110% fulfilled there. But when it comes to me as an individual, I feel kind of old. I feel old. And it's because I have these little constant health things that are constant, that it's not bad, it's not debilitating, it doesn't keep me home, it doesn't keep me in the bed, but it gets on my nerves. And so I just needed something that would give me like a sense of here in my home and on our farm. I mean, I help with the chickens, but anyway, I just needed something kind of for Leslie. And for some reason, unknown to me, a garden has been it. And so I have been so excited. I am eating, breathing, and sleeping in this garden. If I am not doing ministry work, I'm doing something, or cooking. Y'all know I love to cook. If I'm not cooking, I am thinking, reading, researching, looking for products for this garden. And so anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys why I am so stoked about this garden. And you're going to go with me through the whole process, failures and successes. If something doesn't come up, I'll probably cry. Not really, but I'll be discouraged. But when the things do succeed, we'll just join it together. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys this garden journey and the reason behind it. And just let you know why it's so important to me. And I can't explain it. Why is it a garden versus some kind of craft? Why is it a garden versus my cooking? Why is it revolving around the garden? I don't know. But I know God's got a plan. And even if it's just to make me feel alive again, then that's part of it. And so I know this seems kind of selfish and vain, but I just wanted to share with you why this is so important to me. And I also want to, on the preserving aspect, I want to teach others how to can and how to preserve their food, and how to, and I want to learn things I've never done before. I mean, I've always done the traditional canning your green beans, canning your tomatoes. I've canned beets, and I can apple butter. I did some pickled squash at one time. There's just several things I've done in the past. But I want to learn some new things. I want to learn how to make my own salsa and can that. And so I just want this to be a great experience. I'm just excited. And so now you know a little bit as to why. I don't fully understand it myself, but so that's why you're probably going to see a lot of gardening videos once the season progresses. I mean, we're at that point where I'm thinking about it, dreaming about it, but can't really do a whole lot because it's still not yet time. I've got to find some potatoes and get those in the ground. I think it is time to plant potatoes. And I've never done that. I've never done potatoes before. My daddy did when he was alive, but I didn't. So anyway, love you guys. Thank you for dropping in and visiting with me on the farm. I love you all with all my heart, and you all give me a sense of purpose. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have, please share it with your friends and your family, and have them to subscribe too, because I need all the advice, all the help, all the communication I can get, because I really love when y'all send me comments. I try to respond, and if I've ever failed, I am so sorry, but I do try to respond. So thank you guys, and I will see you later. Bye.